Crack open my eye. Ooh, it smell like dope. I gotta have it fresh, so I go to the Saints Club.
Maybe not. All right.
All right, we back in the house. Hey, rocking red. Hey, it's been a minute. Hey, uh, why Red is over there adjusting the screen for y'all focus. uh, what's been up, man? It's been I guess it's been about 2 weeks, man. I've been at it. Like I've
Busy,
been
man.
literally wearing a hat because I'm always changing hats. If it ain't roofing, it's the other biz. If it ain't the other biz, it's music. If it ain't music, it's life. If it ain't life, it's something else.
Yes,
It's the
sir.
kids, it's the wife, it's something. It's always something. So it's been something. It's
Yeah,
been
man.
something.
It's just I've just been grinding. I had a super hectic week, not hectic, just busy. I think today was one of the most. I haven't. I run around a lot, but I think I ran around more today. I hit every side of the city twice in some cases, and it was one of those things where I had to drive there and then drive there and then drive there and there and there, and that's just the way it worked out. And I finished up at 7 o'clock. No, yeah, about 7 o'clock is when I got here, but finished my last appointment at 6:30. I've
Yeah,
never myself in this business actually done a appointment after when it was dark outside because I just don't normally work that late and get it done
yeah,
earlier in the day. So that's I said all that to say it's been busy, man.
yeah,
We're blessed to be having a lot of people want what we do.
yeah, man. Shoot, that's always a good thing. I say I'm I'm trying to fit the schedule, fit everything in the schedule. It's how do you fit it in the schedule, where you can fit it in between the couple three businesses that's popping. It's just like there is no breaks. It's keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. But I got to take my breaks, so I take my breaks. Like I said, I was just in the studio. Then I just took time real quick, about quick 30 minutes, maybe a beat, real quick, just break it down, just chill. I just got off the phone talking to old friend of mine. Shout out to Adrian Lofton. We just finished talking to him for about 30, 45 minutes. Man, just like down, you know what I'm saying? I was talking to a friend on Facebook about that, man. Like when you doing a lot, like he got like two jobs, he go to school, like five classes, and he like 30 something. I was like, bro, make sure you get your downtime to decompress, cause like you just need to like dumb out for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Just like get that blah time. Just when you're
It's
going like
necessary.
that. Yeah, it is. So your brain will just shut down on you. You be driving across town and you won't know what you're gonna do, remember what you were supposed to do or nothing. Just but yeah, I've been on it too. I've been having to, closing out insurance claims, and I got some commercial work uh from my guy who I get my ammo and my guns from. Shout out to Dominique. Uh and so I mean, yeah, it's like I say, but and I got the other biz that's always popping and always something new and always busy, and that's still good. So besides that, man, regular life, going to the basketball games, and he probably going to track after that. So we probably gonna have track
Nice.
right after this. But yeah, man, shoes doing the daily stuff. Besides that, man, did you see the article that I sent you about the new two
You,
Earths they
you
found?
did, and I read through it, and I responded. If there's a lot of stuff I follow and I know a lot about, and God knows I should know a lot about space because I did work for my dad worked for Lockheed Martin and Jacobs, which worked for NASA. Long story short, but there's things that I don't understand and follow enough to even get in debates about. And like I'd mentioned, I made a statement on Rodney's one of his posts, and then he's engaged me with it and like no, but he's like no, I'm serious about this and da da da, and I haven't had time to respond yet, but I don't. even know where to begin on things like flat Earth, and I don't think that's what he's advocating for. But just
I was gonna
I think
say for
it's
that, we're talking about Rodney. There's a lot of times you probably shouldn't answer Rodney back.
oh man, shout out to Robbie, man.
Shout out
My
to
guy, man.
Rodney.
I actually will engage. I would love to talk to him about a lot of things, but like I don't talk to anybody about whether the Earth or whether we landed on the moon or not, because like I can't even. That's one of those things I've never really gone down the road to try to understand, and I've briefly entertained the arguments of why and how, but gosh, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would go, is that far. I mean,
I'm
definitely not in the 60s. We didn't. But now I think, yeah, the technology where it is now, yeah, definitely now. I do not think it happened the way it happened that we saw, that fifth, four, and fifth they had there. No, that was not.
Do you think
That,
that they may have, since we are talking about this, I might as well speak about my limited knowledge and maybe what I could wrap my head around and maybe think. If anything, do you think that maybe they doctored the footage and all the
I think
stuff
it
because it
just, I don't
doesn't
know if it was, I don't think it was
like
doctored. I think they
maybe
just
we
straight
went
made it up.
there. We
They
went
just straight
there, but
made
we
it up.
don't have proof of it. So let's make proof of it
Yeah,
and
yeah,
find
let's
that's
just yeah, let's
plausible.
just straight make it up until we can. They surely was right that next to that little first step for mankind. It should be a little passage next to it in the dictionary that say "fake it till you make it."
So
The original one.
do you think that is that your belief? Because I think if
Yeah,
anything's plausible,
I
it's
think they
that.
might. I think maybe they got on the moon probably, a couple 3 years after that. But I think that was the whole. We want to be the superpower, and the first to
Yes.
do it is the superpower. And we had the technology to show at least most of the world that way. And the first one to show it, at that time we don't know what CG and
Yeah.
is new. So seeing is believing. We saw it, we believe it, but I
We
believe
wanted to
again.
beat the Russians. We wanted to be there before the Russians. I mean,
Yeah.
and whatever. And I used to think when I was a kid that was a very far fetched idea. But gosh, now that I see the fuckery that is every day in our face, you can't
Yeah.
even deny it. Now it's like, sure, we probably did kill JFK. These other things.
Um
It's like, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's not
amongst
as.
others.
Oh, Martin
I can
Luther
name,
King, possibly.
yeah, yeah.
No,
I ain't gonna say they killed Malcolm X, but they definitely allowed it to happen.
yeah, yeah.
You can go down the lines, Black Panthers and many political prisoners that they still holding today for just straight BS. It's like, it's that's I get, like you say, as a kid, you kind of like, oh, why would anybody think that about good old America? Just, like you think about cops and like you think about firemen and whatever. And then, you go up and you realize, like, I stepdad a fireman. That ain't he cool, but ain't nothing super about him. He
Yeah.
regular as regular. Like, I mean, like, right, like firemen are not super people. Neither are police. Like Wade
Yeah.
Maxey. That's what I'm trying to think about. Like Wade Maxey. Shout out to Wade Maxey. He's a cop. Like we used to call him Superman, but that was just because he could bench press a hell of a fucking lot.
He was a big ass dude. I remember that guy. A big ass
Yeah.
dude. Yes.
Yeah, it's like Wade can be like, but like I say, but he's a regular dude though. He ain't Superman. Like your bullets don't bounce off of him. When you're a kid, we got these and we always sell females, they live in fairy tale land, but cops and robbers and cowboys and Indians and all that other stuff we sold with the cape on it and the S on the chest is as much fairy tales as them getting a knight in shining armor. It's just a fairy tale. But
And that goes to us another point, just in the last, I've always gone through life in the back of my head feeling like I kind of knew what was right for me all along. And I think hopefully most people feel that way. Like you always kind of know what you're supposed to be doing. But up until a certain point, you think that your parents and adults, and even at some point, maybe even the government knows what's best for you, and police officers, you can trust them. And maybe that's the world we grew up in. And I don't know that it's that. I think the veil has been lifted, and it's not that innocent for anybody anymore. But when you get to, I can tell you that I'm fully at the point in my life, and I'm sure you are too, where I know that the only person that knows what I'm supposed to be doing is me. So I really have a lack. There is no authority figure as far as I'm concerned in my life, except for God, of course. But like nobody can't tell me anything anymore. I'm just, maybe that's jaded. Maybe that's what the word is. You've seen so much. What's happened?
I don't know if it's jaded or if it's called mid-40s.
Maybe it's just mid-40s.
Look, because I was telling my wife that the other day.
You're always the smartest you've ever been. You're like, God, I was so dumb when I was in my 30s. You know, whatever. Hopefully you're getting better. Hopefully we're all getting better. I can't wait till hit
that plateau on us, then we start going down.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. What do you think?
So all right, I was talking to my wife about this the other day, and I was just commenting on like friend or not, like honest advice and back and forth to make a decision. I really don't have that nowhere. It's her and Jesus. That's it. That's it. I ain't got no more back and forth with many people that actually changes and decides how I move. I realize like when you're younger and you're 20 and 30, you talk with your friends, your boys, and you talk to your female friends and you roll things over and you ain't doing nothing. Like it don't even take that many people to make a decision. It might take a village to raise a child, but it only take like one person to make a decision. and you and God is most likely the best two people that need to be in that conversation. If you got a spouse and a good one, because I've had many that I wouldn't have the conversation with, then them too. But everybody ain't lucky to have a best friend as a spouse. But if not, you better find a best friend in Jesus, because the rest of the world just ain't. The advice you get is watered down or third hand, fourth hand, broken hand, backhand, wrong hand, just whatever. Like it ain't gonna be what you need. Like it's I learned that a long time ago. Like I say, it ain't too many yous out there. So you trying to get advice from the world, like how in the world gonna do you when it ain't number one you?
Isn't it? And when you realize that, you think, well, duh. Like,
yeah,
you always know stupid. That. You should know that.
Yeah.
But you don't necessarily have the confidence or the life experience up until a certain point you want. And of course, I bounce ideas off people all the time, and you should never stop doing that. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to do what I'm going to do. But you get older, and I look at where my life is, and I realize that it's almost as if I planned it this way, or somehow or another, I ended up doing what I wanted to do. It didn't look exactly like I thought it would look, but I found my way here at this point in my life. And I can't say that that's always been the case. I've been trying to get here for decades, and it's like, all right, I had to do all of that to get here. And it's exciting to see where the future might hold. So I don't know. I'm in a pretty good mind state myself about where I am in life and my place in the world. Unfortunately or fortunately, it's happening at a time where I feel like the world around me is kind of falling apart. Or are you as doom and gloom as I am sometimes with the way things are looking right now? I don't call it doom and gloom. For lack of a better word, I know how to ignore the world. And if you ignore, like if I don't take too much in social media, if I don't watch too much news, I still think good about people in the world. But if I get too much, sometimes it will have me cynical about everything. And I'm just like, I call it my fuck it 40s. Excuse my French. We have some fuck it 40s. I tend to have that attitude
about anything that complicates, angers, disorientates the stride of life that I'm moving at. Anything to that, I'm good. Like I'll just pass on that. I'll take the peace for 800, Alex, and just keep it moving. Like I don't want the disruption and the turmoil of the 20s and 30s. And I think I had like probably I think I had a whole 3 lifetimes worth. I was married to 4 times. Yeah, I think I had 3 lifetimes worth. Most people not getting married 3, 4 times. Like I'm literally on fourth and fifth if you want to go with that first one. And that first common law one, it had every blues cliche from getting stabbed with a butcher knife to fake babies to oh man, you just name it. It's no wonder I play harmonica.
Toxic. That's like that's when people throw that word around a lot now, toxic, but that is toxic AF right there. Like what you just said.
What I talk about,
knives and faking pregnancies, and either if it's I run from stuff like that. God, yeah.
She ain't on my Facebook page no more, but she might be on my YouTube page. Shout out to Danielle.
Shout out to you if you're watching.
Shout out to you, Danny.
Take the content, I guess.
Yeah, I mean it is what it is. Hey, but you know what? I shouted out to my my webpage designers. Dude, they actually gave me a discount for that. I mean, they gonna play.
They gave you a discount for that?
They actually did. Shout out to Ro. They did.
Shout out to Ro. And I'm never gonna forget who they are.
They actually discounted it, for last month. So I was just like, what? I was just, we were in a Ro moment. We was having a Ro moment. We was talking about Ro. We moved to the next Ro, and it was Ro. It was a Ro time, and y'all the next Ro. But they shout out to them. But yeah, man, they've been doing the thing. They cool people. So they're cool people. But I mean, tell you that. But I was just like, they shot me that, and they was like, discount for this, and I was just like. Okay.
They watch you just for the hell of it. Watch us for the hell of it, I guess.
Oh yeah. I mean, because she was like, I was like, yeah, we got y'all a shout out, and they was like, shoot me a link, and I shot them a link, and they shot me back email that said discount for this month. I was just like, oh, okay. I ain't mad at that. But yeah, good people. So y'all you go check them out. Road Solution Business Solutions. I ain't trying to get the discount this time. I'm just really plugging them this time because they good people.
You know what's funny about that? I wasn't
trying to get the discount that time. I didn't even know that was gonna happen. I was just surprised, but that's how genuine they are. Good people about their business, and they appreciate the people that appreciate what they do. And I mean, as we do. That's the other thing about being secure about what you do. When you appreciate what you do yourself, you value it different, so you move different. And at this age, man, you're not looking for that validation outside of you no more. Like and once outside, I'm not outside of you no more. It's just like I don't know, get you some popcorn and watch. Get you some popcorn.
It's funny. I love this age for this reason because it's the fuck it 40s, and I don't know if that hits everybody, but I've heard it before, and but especially because of the way the world is at this point, that's pushed me more towards fuck it. So it's very enjoyable. Actually, I hung up on somebody just maybe 2 hours ago who called. Just it was a lead. It was a random lead, and I knew from the very beginning that it was he was going to come at me some way, and I hung up on him. I didn't cuss him out. I just hung up on him, and he messaged me, and I said whatever. I said I said you did not need to yell at me. Do not call us again, and I blocked him, and it felt good because I'm not taking that shit. Because I'm sorry, but and you're probably the same way. We run around, we do a lot for people, and I am busy, and I treat everybody with kindness. But if you're gonna, at this point in my life, I'm not dealing with that. If you're even coming at me like that, first of all, we're not doing business together. But I don't know. It didn't feel bad to hang up on the guy. It felt good because I try to do little things just to let people, just as a reminder to people. That because sometimes people need some fucking act right, really.
Yeah, well,
you can't go around being that way. And maybe I'm a little aggressive.
And I guess I had enough of my aggressive times, and I'm not saying I'm just a pushover, but my issue is mostly in social media. In real life, I don't have the issue because people can see me, and most people they just don't want these type of problems. You only
Yeah.
want to figure out what I can do, especially if you can see me go up the ladder with all the weight and stuff in my hand and the balance I got, and you can't even walk up 2 steps. I'm just saying you don't want these 40-hour work weeks off this roof on your butt. But most people don't want these problems. But on social media, the ministry thing really is what I have to tell some people, don't get it twisted. Like, yeah. And my thing is, it's a certain group of people. They will, get into an argument with you, quickly go check your profile and what kind of minister are you? The one to not be played with.
Yeah.
The one to not be played with, not like that. Like the one to not be, not the one your mama and your grandmama took you to see, definitely. But I'm not the one to be played with. Like I say, it's my ministry is not like saying it's an outwardly thing, but it's just my outwardly expression of how I express myself with God. Some people get it confused how other people do it. That I've had people say, "Man, I bet you using the church money." What church money? What church? What church? Like,
What church?
obviously, you don't know what type of ministry I have because mine is totally based upon my own coin and nobody else's. But that's why I tell people I like it like that because I don't have to answer to people. If I'm in a mood and I'm not feeling it, then I'm not gonna do it. If I got family and I feel like like for the holidays, it's like, all right, I want to do it, but man, I got family. I'm gonna spend my time with my family. Like, and like I say, if you need a sermon that bad, I got 67 of them all through last year. I bet you didn't watch every last one. Go check one out. I bet I hit whatever you're feeling. But for that fact that I know I'm gonna go hard when I go hard, I don't. Again, I'm not looking for that outward. I don't need you to tell me high five or I'm doing good. Like I do what I do and I do what I does, and I move like that, and I just don't. I don't need a high five, a attaboy, a pat on the back, or none of that. I just, as Drake say, no trophies. Like I don't need none because what I do, I love, and everything I do, I love. So that's the trophy that I get to do what I want to do, no matter which one of the business I'm doing at the time. All of them I love doing. So I get to do what I love and get to do it on a regular, get to make money at it, or get to do it freely without anybody telling me what to do. And that freedom is again another 40 a relic. Freedom is that's probably what's going to be definitely the title of this one is the fucking 40s, because the freedom to say fuck it in your 40s is a earned right because you've been
Already.
on this long enough. You've been on this planet
And
long
again,
enough.
for the people in the back.
Yes,
sir.
You've been on this planet. You earned the right. You're 42, you're 45, you're 43, you're 46, you're 41, 49, 48. All of them, you have earned your right to say fuck it. Say fuck it with me, people. Everybody together. Fuck it.
Get off my lawn. Yeah, you can start saying things like "get off my lawn." And back when I was your days, one day I want to do we need to do a podcast specifically on. I want to talk about things that I've gathered about the younger generation, specifically males, to help them out. No bullshit. It's like Fight Club when they say there's a lost generation. I'm not going to get too much into that now, but I really want to talk about this because this is not today, but something that I think we could expound some knowledge on. You and I are in our fuck it 40s, and we know what works and what doesn't. And we've been here long enough to see this world evolve to where it is now, and we grew up in a different world, and there's still some wisdom to be had from where we grew up to impart on young people, I think. Boys and girls.
I like to think I got a wealth of wisdom, for male and female. Like raising 6 daughters give you a whole bunch of patience and wisdom.
You have a lot more in that regard than because mine's always, it's not going to come from being a parent. But I think I do know a lot about how to raise a kid and be a good role model. But yours will be on another level. But and I can
Yeah,
work a lot
but I
through it.
also like realized that, besides like maybe one daughter, maybe one and a half, maybe if you add all of them together, I got two whole relationships that that could sustain, or maybe actually will go to the level of marriage or kids that I can see. But like they're all 25 and under. So like I say, I've had conversations, because you're just not gonna date one of my daughters or be around them and just not gonna have a conversation. Like now, see,
You
like
mean, sorry to clarify, you mean you have two kids who are in relationships that are looking like they're serious,
I've
like
got
they're
three kids, and one's in a whole relationship, and two of them got a half a relationship. It's too early on in crown, so I say them two halves, whole. So
I got you. Okay.
yeah, I wouldn't even say two half relationships, because it's just too early on. Anything under 20, under 6 months, I might not need to know your name. I always tell them I don't need to know all the guys' name. I just need to know the guy's name, because all the guys gonna piss me off, and I'm probably gonna scare the hell out of most of them. I like to play old school good tricks. You know, sit at the table and talk about all my guns, ask
You
crazy
just do
questions.
the obvious, cleaning your
Oh,
gun when he comes over type stuff.
no, you know what? I used to always say I was gonna have Booby James. Shout out to Booby James. I want to have Booby James come through with the shotgun and just cock it and just walk through and just hit the 12 gauge, just cock, cock, and just keep on walking. And if you see Booby James, we talking about wide as a linebacker, about shoot, I don't know what he probably about a good, I don't know, shit, 260, 265, or just a whole bunch of Southwest side, just pent up aggression.
Yeah. Thumbs up.
Just a whole bunch of Southwest side pent up aggression, just Southeast beast all the way to the Southwest, just. I seen him hit a windshield one time with his hand at a party, just
Oh yeah, just palm it.
yeah, just pumping and just popping. I was just like, boy, you so strong. But yeah, I used to tell people, I'm just gonna, like, if I got some problem, you just walk through the living room and grab it. We always call the 12 gauge the bitch. You grab the bitch, just come through and shack, hit her one time, and keep on walking.
So you're doing the classic Will Smith, Martin Lawrence, Bad Boys.
Yeah,
Motherfucker, you look 30. Motherfucker, you look 30.
Yes.
That really was one of the funniest things I've ever seen, because Will Smith, he did a good job of like playing like he was half drunk and also just reckless with a gun. I don't know.
I mean, that's the whole thing is, if you can't have fun with your kids, man, you probably missing the boat, because I be having fun with them. Like, I've been waiting the days on to have fun with them and do stuff like that. So I've sit there and tortured a couple of their boyfriends, just sit there and had crazy conversations, about crazy gangster stuff that, man, look, and my daughter like, Dad, why you, I know I'm talking to you right now. Or I just, I take the conversation to a whole nother level, and scare the hell out of them, and say, like my daughter Naya want 4 kids. So, he might be trying to roll his head around 4, trying to break it down to 2. I'll come in real hot. Naya said she want 4, but I need you to guarantee me 14 grandkids. I need 4 sons. I need 4 of them to be blue, just blue
Yeah,
ribbon.
you just
First round draft picks, scare the hell out of them. Look at me, boy, when I'm talking to you. Are you roll tide?
That's what you should do. That's what you should do.
I've done it. I did it to shout out to X, shout out to Xavier. I did it to Xavier. He sat at the table while I drank a whole bottle of wine.
Oh, yes.
Crazy. That's not his boyfriend. Why I just talk crazy. And like I tell you, if you can take that and take all the uncomfortable moments and I'm gonna find that uncomfortable, because I'm searching. I'm searching your psyche while I'm talking. I'm good at what I do. I'm searching your psyche while I'm talking to you. I'm trying to find the uncomfortable. As soon as I see you cringe about a subject, I'm going in on that one. Let me see what makes you move. What
You're
makes
a hell
you
of
move.
a dad. You're a hell of a dad. You've got some sadomasochism stuff in there, some torture, some fuckery, some comedy. I know inside here's the thing.
Yes.
Let me say this. Like, my buddies, Brad and Brian mostly, they're like, Brad, I see you still having a kid. They're like, it's gonna happen for you, but they're like, I see it with a younger woman, and I'm like, okay, of course, but not too young. And I could never, I would not want to date a very young woman, but I also have a rule that, I mean, if you're anywhere near the age where like your dad might be my age or I know him or something, or even somebody that I don't know, I would
Yeah.
not go anywhere near that because what am I going to do if I'm dating a girl and then you're the dad and I have to come in there and talk to you? I'm like, Kareem, I'm not saying you specifically, but it could,
Yeah. Well,
you
I mean,
say I meet some girl at Twin Peaks loves me or something. Somehow I start dating a 25-year-old or something.
I like how
that.
you put it at Twin Peaks, though. Go ahead. I like
Well, I
the
mean,
story.
that's the kind of place that it would happen at it because I wouldn't be around another, I'm just
Wells,
saying,
what you said.
whatever.
I got
If
you.
something like
That's
that were
true.
to happen.
But yeah, that's true. Wells,
And it's like, and then I go in there and I meet her dad and he's like 41 or something. I'm like, what the, like, I just wouldn't feel right about that. How do you feel about that? What if a guy our age, never mind, you don't have to answer that.
Look, no. I've got a real life situation. All right, so I'm not gonna put the name on right now, but all right, some people I married. The groom is friends with the bride's son. All right, so the son was friends with the guy, came over, I don't know, when he was younger, saw his mom, and he started dating his mom. He's now married to his mom, but they were friends, same age. And they now work together. Real life situation.
I kind of missed sometimes when people explain the thing.
All right, so here we go. We got two friends, same age. I don't know, maybe same age. One friend comes over, meets the mom, meets the guy's mom, starts dating his mom, marries his mom.
Okay, I got it. Yeah.
He now lives with him and his mom, and he works with him.
How does this whole thing work? I mean,
it works smoothly. It works smoothly. Good. They have no problems. They're good people. Good people. And when I heard it, I was like, "Oh my God, this sounds like the most." This is like I was like, but I married them. Good couple, genuine couple, good relationship, solid. But like I tell people, if you're gonna have such an age gap like that, it better be for the real thing, because we got 7 minutes. All right, so you don't want to be playing with relationships are hard enough. And you want to put the age gap there, but if the age gap is there and if it's real, it will withstand whatever the differences is between y'all, and you probably gonna realize there ain't much difference. It's just an age difference. But like I say, if it's real, then the age difference wouldn't even matter. It wouldn't even matter, because even to the dad, like, real is real, and anybody can recognize that realness. And like I tell people, if you ever seen real love compared to the fake relationship, it don't even compare. Like, it's not even the same. Like,
well, just for the record, for me, I don't think I could go anywhere near the age of 25. I think young for me is 30 at least, because I just couldn't imagine that's just too. I don't think I could relate on the same level.
I think at a certain point, it becomes a conversational relate. Like, you don't even have the same. Like,
I feel more like a parent.
You're old. Well, you don't want
really weird.
I don't know. You feel like a parent. I think it'll just be like you're like, your old school is like, the 80s. Their old school is like 2000. So they're like old school. And they're like, you like what? And they're like, Dr. Dre. You like, that's old school. Like, no, that's So I think like that would be a little. But again, that dynamic could be fun and different if it's real, but annoying as hell if it's not.
Yeah, I think I'd have to probably have to stay within 10 years or even 12. But other than that, I think it would be too far. I don't know why. What is this Riddick's dating show?
Well, I think.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go.
So you said a Riddick dating show?
No, I don't know how I even got here with this thought, but we probably have a couple of seconds left. Did you listen to my dope ass remixes?
Oh, I did not. I started to listen to him, and I did not get a chance. I say I've been having
Okay.
so much going on. I got
Now,
the people finally coming to fix the doggone ceiling.
you probably would have
this
said
week.
something if you had. You'd have been like, "That's
I
trash," or "That was hard."
I should say because I forgot you sent them to me, and I just
It's
had
all good.
I say between the two businesses, I say, and then I'm back. Like as soon as I get off right now, and I'm getting ready to start a class in a little while. I'm back in school now. I got ministry class, so I usually keep at least 2 classes going a year. So, but like I say, man, it's been. I don't know if it's just like me and everything I got going on, or if it's just like because of the way the world is moving. It just seems like I'm busy. There's a whole lot going on, and everything's kind of juxtaposing right now. And it's just like catching everything, and not that everything's falling, but having to move to catch everything and catching it. And so it's been a lot of that. So and like I say, it's I'm still adjusting to adding this other business into all these other ones, and that's an adjustment. But I don't know. I think being like 40, that's why you like really couldn't that's the age where you start to like if you could draw that line in the sand and say that, but if you could find a 25-year-old with a 45 mind, I mean
God knows I wouldn't turn this down if it happened. I'm just saying realistically, no, that it all sounds great. I'm just saying realistically, I don't know. But I do know some younger people that are cool and have their heads together. That's another thing is we think that all these kids are, I don't know what we think, but give them credit. We tend to look at generations and dog them, and we dog this generation. They don't deserve a lot of it, and they're better than we. Shout out to the youngsters. Give them some credit. It's a tough world.
Yeah.
And go talk to one of them every now
I
and then.
think
You'll realize that.
I think I saw it on I don't know some movie or something I was watching. They were saying that youngsters, older people always thought they understood kids. Till like this recent generation when we realize these kids are growing up in a totally different world, a totally different technology with totally different rules that we never had. It was just like I said about the beepers and the cell phones. Like we were we had to hide everything. They're wide open with it. And it's a part of life. They actually give them a laptop. Like what? Like, man, come on. Like so it's a totally different world where with us, it was almost like if you had something new and technical, you had to hide it. But with them, it's a part of their, and it's actually embraced and part of the thing. And it's you can be mad at it, but like I say, I see the differences, but they're the same. But it's just it's kind of like they're the same damn shoe with a different color.
Absolutely. And I have a whole podcast on that to explore that and unpack that and not just me sit here and talk about back in my day, we used to do this. There's some of that, but we can make it make sense and draw parallels to what's going on right now to help these young people understand the world, to understand things a little bit better. I really would like to talk about this at some point. So
yeah. Hey, well, you know me, I'm a post-it king, so I'm gonna put a post-it right there, and it's gonna be right there. I do actually got the whole one that says family right there. So I was we definitely gonna have a couple of them. I got a couple of them over there. Also got the N-word night. That one's coming. That's gonna be a one. Yeah, that's gonna be
whenever
one.
You gotta be like ready to do that one probably.
That one.
You gotta get ready to tell the story.
That one's got it. All right, we got one more minute, but that one, we got to get in the mode, and that one's gonna blow a lot of ears on that one. That one's gonna be fun though. I think it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be educational. I think that's when people learn the most. Like I say, from them experiences that happened that night, they learned more about racism seeing it live than they could ever learn from somebody talking to them, man. And it blew their mind. So I think that's gonna be a good one for everybody to hear. So
and that was downtown Austin, right, where that all happened.
Yeah.
My God, we could do 10 podcasts just on stories that I have from downtown Austin.
From downtown Austin?
So much, man.
Texas, baby.
That place is wild.
Texas.
I'm going to wear it next podcast. I have a 6th Street shirt that's actually like the Sesame Street logo, but all the characters are drunk and all that. Like I bought it from bar. It's a great t-shirt, but it's, you know,
Crack open my eye. It smell like coke.